specialist showcase has begun.
This was terrible. That just sounds like a dumb movie.
I'm sure there's plenty of potheads who found this so funny.
The following is a fan-off production.
They call me Alice in Wonderland. They try to lure me with a man. Go, oh, what do you know? Is that a rabbit hole? Oh, I gotta see where it goes. So off with my head, fell in love again. You lose your head, you lose your heart, fall apart.
What's up, all you stars and studs? I am former WWE diva and current First Lady of Ring of Honor, Maria Kanellis, and I am here with my co-host, fiancé, and Ring of Honor superstar, Michael Bennett.
I'm in mourning.
You're in mourning. I'm so sorry.
Mourning the loss of...
I'm going to be in such a sad mood tonight now.
I'm not sad. I'm pissed off. It's bad enough we lost, but then we lost to the biggest bunch of pussies, Montreal.
Oh,
Oh, the Habs are the biggest bunch of poonans I've ever met. I've never met them. I never will because I'll call them poonans. Biggest bunch of flop bitch crybabies ever. Oh, this is the worst. This has to be worse than death.
Oh, no. What happened?
They just played awful. They were so bad. They got out.
By the way, everybody, Mike's talking about the Bruins.
Yeah, I said that.
No, you didn't.
I did. You were just yelling over it when I said Bruins. You were going, "Rah!" So no,
I do not sound like that at all.
You were doing your best Shrek impersonation when I was talking when I said Bruins.
Can I sing? No. Can I hum?
In the morning, I'll make waffles. So, yes, I am mourning tonight.
I'm sorry. I thought maybe it was going to be Bruins Blackhawks again.
Yeah, did you? How are your Blackhawks doing, huh?
They're in the playoffs,
so
they're in the
Bruins,
finals.
They're not in the finals. That's wrong. Incorrect.
So I heard I'm my suit and tie in the gym today, and I had these random images of Adam Cole in my head.
Dancing?
Yes.
Well, we had quite the experience of traveling with the champ this weekend.
The champ is definitely the champ for a reason. That's all I have to say.
He's the modern day Ric Flair.
He might, yeah. He's definitely, but like super young.
Well, Flair was young.
He was.
He wasn't always this old.
Really, he wasn't born this way.
He did get older.
I know that, but when I partied with him, he was older. So in my head, like, this is what Ric Flair must have been like when he was, what is Adam, 23?
24, I don't know.
24?
I'm sure he was exactly like that, just younger.
So what are you doing to me now on the weekends, dude?
That sounds really dirty.
Well, parts of it are dirty, but I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about why you got to spear me on the apron, dude.
That sounds dirty, too. You put out a tweet the other day that was so dirty. I've never been more sore from getting speared by a 25-pound man like that.
225.
What did I say? 125?
25.
Oh, 25. Yeah, that's filthy. That's rotten. Disgusting. Dirty mind you. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Why is it dirty what involves you? If it was someone else, then yeah. But it involves my fiancé. I can do whatever I want.
This is true.
I want to ask you a few questions. I'm interviewing you tonight.
Oh, am I the guest? Hold on, let me call in.
Okay, call in.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, 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 boop.
Why do you have 85 numbers?
I'm calling overseas. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Boop. I'm calling.
Is it busy?
It's dial up. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, is this Maria?
Yeah.
Why are you giving your number out online? What?
I can't even.
You got the giggles tonight.
I do. I get to see you for like a month. This is going to be weird. Next week,
know.
we're going to be doing
We
the podcast actually in the same room in our very expensive studio that's on the East Coast, of course. But
Our East Coast studio that overlooks the ocean.
yeah, it's overlooking the ocean. And it's like a couple $1 million studio that we got out there. Or your parents' basement. Either way.
But the walls are padded, so it's soundproof.
Yeah, with paneling.
And dogs.
And so, how'd your match go with ACH?
My match went very well. I was very happy with it. We opened the show, which is a very good position to be in when you have such an incredible show like that, because the crowd is just at your fingertips. They're just rabid and ready to see wrestling. But no, I was very happy with it. I don't think ACH gets the credit he deserves for being a very charismatic talent. Once he learns to, slow down just a little bit more and put it all into, put all the pieces together, I think he's going to be make a lot of money in wrestling. I do. I really do, because he looks the part, he wrestles the part, and he just has to piece it all together. But he definitely gets it. He'll be there. I had a great time.
I want to bring him on the show because I give him such a hard time all the time.
It's because he doesn't stop talking, but
he never stops. So
that doesn't make him a bad person.
No, not at all. I'm thinking about bringing him on the show because I'd like to hear about his story as to why he got into wrestling. And, I'm also talking to cheerleader Melissa. I'm going to have her on in the coming weeks as well.
Oh,
it'll be our first female guest. I'm very excited.
Ooh,
I've been talking to her as well. And I know Victoria wants to come on too, but definitely want to have ACH on just because I feel like he's this young talent that has all the potential in the world. So, definitely excited to see where this ride takes him. So are you nervous about this weekend?
No, I'm actually not nervous. I'm actually really excited. Nervous. It's actually like, I'm actually 100% not nervous and more like a kid on Christmas morning. You're not nervous on Christmas morning. You're just ready for it to happen so you can open up your presents. No, I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm huge. I've watched so many Tanahashi matches in preparation that I think I could start calling his matches for him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but no, I was a fan before, and then after all this study, like I've literally, every time I'm at the gym, it's an hour of cardio, which means it's an hour of Tanahashi matches, which is usually one match because the guy goes forever. I've become an even bigger fan than I've already am. So it was nice to meet him on this past Saturday, and this coming Saturday it'll be a huge honor to get in the ring with him. I honestly can't wait. I think the crowd's going to be crazy, and I think the dynamic of the match is going to be awesome. I'm literally excited. It's so excited.
Do you think that the fans don't think you appreciate this opportunity that you've been given?
I think some of them do. I think some of them have a hard time taking Michael Bennett the character and Mike Bennett the human. I don't think a lot of fans realize, like, I probably have more passion for wrestling than anyone in wrestling. Like, I definitely have more passion than the fan. Like, I've dedicated my life since I was 15. How can you not say that I don't take this match seriously? Or I think there is an aspect of fans that can't differentiate the difference. And if that's the case, then I guess that just means I've done my job pretty well. But, just because you have this perception of who I am doesn't mean like what person at age 15 decides they want to be a wrestler and is still doing it 14 years later, and how can you say they don't have a passion for it or don't appreciate it? I've appreciated every single day that I get to step in a wrestling ring, and when I get put in a match with a guy, the caliber of wrestler like Tanahashi, like I've never taken a match for granted, whether it be with Lance Storm or Jerry Lynn or Jerry Lawler or Matt Hardy or any of these guys that I've had the crazy opportunity, and even guys that are in Ring of Honor with me just this past weekend. I don't take for granted being in there with ACH. I cherish, I learn, and I regroup, and then try to get better after every match. I just think it's funny, this perception that I have, because I play a heel who's so full of himself and so cocky and so, wrestling comes easy, and I do wrestling, just because it comes easy to me. That, it's character, guys. You still have to have passion. I mean, you out of anyone can attest to how much wrestling do I watch when you're with me. You get sick of it. We ordered the WWE Network, and I don't think I've stopped watching.
I ordered the WWE Network, and it has now became your thing.
I think I've watched every single Edge match that's on there. I have. So I don't take it for granted whatsoever. If anything, I don't know what's the opposite of not taking it for granted.
Were you a fan of Japanese wrestling,
No.
or is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. I was not a fan at all. And it's not because I was not a fan, like I watched it and was like, oh, this turns me off. I never dove into that aspect of professional wrestling, just like some people don't dive into lucha libre, or you know what I mean. I just never put myself in a position to watch it as much. And I mean, I knew of a lot of the guys, and I've seen a lot of them work, and I think they're amazing. But it was never like must-see wrestling for me. I've always been very much American wrestling oriented. But ever since I started with Ring of Honor, it's really opened up and broadened my horizon. And like I said, I was already a fan of Tanahashi, but now that I get to work him this weekend, I am like, he's one of my all-time favorites. The guy's incredible.
What's the New York crowd like?
Well, it's they're weird. Sometimes they're really good. Other times they're hands down the absolute worst crowd you could ever be in front of, because for some reason, and I haven't quite figured out why, maybe it's just New York City itself, but I've never seen a crowd try to hijack a show quite like the New York City crowds, but not hijack in a good way. Not like we want to see so-and-so, or boo, you suck, or yay, you're awesome, or we're just going to cheer for who we want to. It's let's just cheer things so the crowd is the center of attention. Let's see if we can get a random John Cena's having sex with Nikki Bella chant. You know what I mean? Like just random, or it just, let's see if we can get a Les Thatcher chant go. You know what I mean? Like just these random chants that just make no sense and have no purpose to the match, and it really has no significance to what's going on in the ring, because a lot of times this crowd has predetermined that they're going to just do this during a match, and they don't give the guys a chance. And then other times they're amazing and they're invested and they're screaming at you and they're loud. So it's 50-50. It depends on what crowd. I have a feeling this weekend's going to be a crowd that is really invested into the show, just because it's such a big show and it's New Japan versus Ring of Honor. So I think they're going to be that type of crowd. If not, then they can go fuck themselves. Seriously, there's nothing more disrespectful.
I think that they're going to be very invested into it. I've always enjoyed the New York crowds because for some reason I never had the issues that other people have, where they just go completely against what is the norm.
Right.
I used to see it all the time when I was in WWE, where we would call them the heel crowd. But I never had that issue. I still went out there and I was cheered
But
too.
it's
So
not even like a heel babyface crowd. It's not like, oh, we're only going to cheer for the heels, and you're like, all right, we can deal with that and go with it. It's we're just going to chant like
random.
we're just going to randomly chant for Bobby Cruise. You know what I mean? Like there's no there's honestly, and I don't mean to sound like put myself on a pedestal or but there's really in wrestling or any kind of performance, there's nothing more disrespectful than doing that, than making yourself the center of attention. Like it's just, especially if if you don't like something, that's great. You paid your hard-earned money to go see it, but it's not even that. It's that because I've seen matches tear the house down, or they're just these amazing matches, but the crowd has it already predetermined in their mind that they're going to chant something or do something just because it's funny and they can get away with it. That's just so disrespectful. If you're going to do that, stay home and yell at your computer or something. Like, get the fuck out. Seriously, it's disrespectful. I wouldn't go to a stand-up comedy show and do that. I wouldn't go to a concert and do that. If I didn't like it, I'd walk out. Or if I didn't it just – these people are trying and busting their ass. There's no need to. If you don't like something, walk out. But but there's no need to sit there and make yourself the center of attention. It's like the kid in school that has to always outdo someone or one up them. Like get the fuck out of here. It's just so stupid. I hate it. I really hate it.
I can tell.
But they do it to everybody. They do it to like guys who are killing themselves in there, and it's like, go fuck off.
Do you think yours and Tanahashi's styles will mesh well?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think we both wrestle a very similar style of wrestling. I think I don't know this, but I feel like we both think the same way about wrestling just by watching him perform. Mm-hmm. So, and that's the big reason why I'm such a big fan of his. So, yeah, no, I think we will mesh very well.
Why do you think it is that every time a big star comes into Ring of Honor, you're the guy that ends up wrestling them? Whether it be the Jerry Lynn's to the Lances. I mean, why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think with those guys is I was taught a certain way. And I firmly believe that I was taught the way they were taught. So I think they see a lot of similarities in that sense. I know with Lance, it was very like I wrestle a very similar way to the way he does. And Lance is very less is more, tell a good story, don't do too much. And it's just it's putting you with guys who you're going to mesh well with, and I think guys like Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm and now Tanahashi, I think I'll just mesh well. There's certain guys you put certain guys with, and there's certain guys you'll put a Michael Elgin with, or there's certain guys you'll put a Roderick Strong with that they mesh well, and then there's other guys that they just won't. And sometimes, you can get two opposites and they'll make magic, but you got to have that feeling out process first. And, maybe like a big show, like I wrestled Lance Storm WrestleMania weekend, maybe a big show like that's not the first time to put Lance Storm with a guy who is going to go a million miles an hour, or maybe like, putting Tanahashi with a guy who's going to go a million miles an hour. A big show like that's probably not the best show to put him on until they can get out the bumps and the obstacles in the road before they can mesh well. Does that make sense? Am I making?
Yeah, of course. You're making perfect sense.
I think sometimes you have to put guys who look, not so much look, but wrestle a similar style because you know that they won't have the growing pains as much as like two people. But that's why I think ACH is so talented and is going to be really good, because you could argue that me and him have very, very different styles of wrestling, and that's the first time we've ever been in a ring together. Singles. I mean, we've done like 8-man tag matches, but I don't think we ever touched. So, yeah, and I think that's why I have so much respect.
I think that that's true, that you do have different styles, but I would argue that he wants to wrestle more like you
We have very similar mindsets.
With those amazing moves that he can do, but I think he would much rather go your pace and just insert those crazy moves wherever they're necessary.
Right. I think we have very similar mindsets, so I think that helps.
Yeah, no, definitely. Why wrestling? Why'd you choose wrestling?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Oh, hell, I don't know. Jesus.
It's not that difficult of a question. It's your profession. You've been doing it for 14 years. Why did you choose it?
It chose me.
No.
It did. Like a thief in the night.
No, lame answer. Lame.
It woke me up one night. Like
you.
Do you remember in Harry Potter when he sees the blue deer and he leads him to the Horcrux?
That's a Patronus.
That's alcohol. The blue deer, wrestling was the blue deer, and it led me to a ring, and the ring was my Horcrux.
That's just marvelous.
I honestly don't know. You know, I started watching wrestling when I was young, and then I fell out of it for a while, and then when I was like 11 or 12, I fell back into it. And
so you fell out of it between the ages of what, 5 and 6?
And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11.
When did you start watching it? When you were 3?
Yeah, when I was 5.
From 3 until 5, I watched it, and then I got out of it until.
I did. Right. That's the truth. What do you want me to lie? That's like 7 years there that I didn't invest in it.
All right, cool. So then what happened?
Are you making fun of me?
No.
Why is that? I don't even know why that's funny.
It's not.
7 years I wasn't watching wrestling. That's called falling out of something.
But you were so young. Who knows what was going on?
Who cares what age you are? If I was to start, if you dated someone for a year and then you were like, oh, and then 7 years later we got back together. That's a long time. You wouldn't be like, yeah, I dated them in high school and then, when I was 30. So we didn't really break up. What? Come on. So around the Attitude Era, I started watching it again, and I tell the story of going to see Raw for the first time and watching Mick Foley win the title. Like, that was a moment that I'll never forget. But I think before that, I was very much like, I want to be a professional wrestler. How do I get into this? Like, it was one of those things that it's just like, this is what I have to do, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it hooked me. It just was awesome. It was so cool to me. Everything about wrestling just felt so comfortable too. Like it just felt natural, and I was like, this is what I have to do. And then I've always been a very shy person, but like when it came to wrestling. Like my mom told me, said, if you want to get into it, you got to find a school and call them and this and that. And like, I hated talking on the phone. I still do. But I was like, I called and I found places, and I went to the tryout for the very, you got to come down and try out and this and that. And I was like, let's go. Like, I wasn't nervous. And when I stepped into a ring, it was like, it felt like a place I had never been, but I had always been at the same time, which is totally weird, I know, but it's the truth. And I've always felt the same way about a ring. Like, it just feels like home. You can't explain it unless you're in wrestling. Mm-hmm. You just can't. Like, unless you are in wrestling, you can't explain that feeling of what a ring like. It's not a pedestal of wrestlers are better than you, but it's that feeling of comfort, and this is my home.
I don't think anybody would interpret you saying that as being on a pedestal.
See, I differ. There's a lot of people out there.
Okay, well, the ones that do think that you're putting yourself on a pedestal by saying that your place of work is your home, your place of passion is your home, is crazy and aren't passionate about anything.
Well, I've gotten the whole, the wrestling terminologies anyone can use, and if you get mad about regular fans using wrestling terminologies, you're putting yourself on a pedestal. Everyone knows this, blah blah blah. So, and I was like, no, it's just that I've busted my ass, and this is the terminologies we use. I don't go to a police station and use their terminologies. I don't go to a hospital and use their term. But then I started using those analogies, and then the fans go, "Oh, are you putting yourself on the same level as police and doctors and taking what they do, taking wrestling a little too seriously. So that's when I just so no,
Yeah, it's serious. Yeah, it is serious. Wrestling is serious. It's a job. It's a profession. It's something that's been around for a very, very long time. It's been, wrestling as a professional wrestling has been around for over 100 years. Isn't that crazy? It started in like the 1870s is when it first started in the circuses. And it started as actually wrestling like crocodiles and bears. And so this profession that's been around for more than 100 years can be on the same pedestal as a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a doctor or a blah or a blah or a blah. Why? Because it is a profession. And anybody that thinks that it's any different doesn't really understand what it means when you sign a contract and receive a paycheck. That is called employment. Anyways.
You're here.
So get in the ring the first time. Feel like it's home. Who were you being trained by?
At that time?
Yes.
It was a local guy by the name of Brickhouse Baker. Oh, yeah. And, God love him. Great guy. But he's one of those guys that just knows about New England wrestling. And he taught me all he could for 6 months. And I quickly realized I needed to broaden my horizon. Again, I talk to Baker all the time when I do local indie shows. And he's a great, great, great guy. And I thank him for everything he did to me. But I needed to expand my horizon. And that's when I started going to Bob. And then from Bob, Bob really, really drove home how to be a good professional wrestler. He drove home the fundamentals. And, I don't think you can ever overstate how important they need to become like breathing to you. You know what I mean? Like in football, the fundamentals are like breathing. You don't screw up the fundamentals, and that's what Bob taught us, footwork and all that stuff. And then from there it was, okay, I did that, and now I need to get on to psychology and character, and I need to go to college, and that was Steve Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Bradley was your college. So what's that first bump like? For anybody that's never taken a bump before that's listening to this right now, what is that first bump like?
I want so bad to scare people away and be like, oh, it hurt and it took the breath. It knocked the wind out of me, but it was awesome. I got up like, oh, yeah, I'm a fucking badass. I felt so awesome. Yeah.
120 pounds.
145 pounds, soaking wet, wearing shitty basketball shorts and probably a cutoff T-shirt with no muscle. And I got up and I was like, yeah.
You were such a, if I would have just seen you on the streets, I would have totally thought you were a stoner or something. Like you were so skinny and lanky and just like. Yeah, I would have totally thought you were a stoner at that age.
But
I'm glad I didn't meet you back then.
I was a wrestler, bro.
I think for the wedding, I'm going to have a picture of then and now.
That's okay.
Just compare and contrast.
You should see the picture of me when I first started. Baggy pants, cut-off T-shirt.
It's crazy.
Bandana around my head, Tupac Shakur style, no big deal. Straight up the mean fucking streets of Carver, Massachusetts. Straight.
You totally thought you were a badass.
Straight out of the cranberry bogs, right into the ring. I was a badass. I would listen to straight gangster rap when I was in high school.
We all did. It's not anything new. We just all did.
I was ghetto.
It doesn't make you special. It really doesn't.
I was. I was fucking special. My mom told me.
So what happens next? You have this match with Tanahashi, and then what?
$1 million, bro.
$1 million, really?
Yeah. Winner gets $1 million.
That's not true.
Hell, I don't know. It's we're teaming up with Cole and Hardy, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to this match. I'm not really thinking past that match right now. Saturday, and I'm focusing on the match. I'll be 29 on fucking Friday. I am old. Oh my god, I don't want to talk about it. Why did you bring it up?
I didn't bring it up. You
You
did.
you lured me in like a creepy old man with a van. You lured me into this question.
I do not have a penis, and I am not old.
Do you have a puppy in the back seat? Are we going to get ice cream? What are we doing? Lollipops? What do you got?
Is that what
Mike?
you want on your birthday? An
don't know,
old
but-
man in a van with puppies and ice cream?
I do. You lured me into my birthday. I didn't want to talk about it, and you made me talk about it with that question of what's.
Oh, you're excited about it.
I'm not.
Come on.
For birthday.
Why? Why is it scary for wrestlers? Why do you think that is?
Because I'm going to be 29.
Like, we have friends right now that are all turning 29 and are all getting close to that cusp of 30 years old. Why is that scary for wrestlers?
Because that's like I got like a good 30 years left after that.
You're going to be wrestling until you're 60?
No, life.
Life? I certainly hope not.
That's it. I'm done after this.
Oh, I'm going to have to find like some young hot stud that's going to take me from my 60s to my 80s, apparently, because you're not going to be there. Oh.
I don't know. It's just it's scary.
Why?
It just is, man. I don't want to talk about it.
Come on. Give me some juice. I'm interviewing you.
Some juice?
This has never happened before, so
Kind of juice do you want?
no, I don't want any of that.
You want my man juice?
No! Oh, God.
Everything is awesome.
Please don't do that
Everything
today.
is cool
I'm
when
begging
you're
you.
part of a team.
Please, please.
I don't know why I'm scared. I'm just scared, man. Okay, I'm gonna be
know,
29.
I turned 30
I
2
feel
years
like
ago.
I was just turning 19, and I was young and vibrant and full of life. Now I'm 29 and bitter and old, and just I shake my cane at kids as they walk by my
It's
porch.
grizzled.
I'm grizzled. I'm so grizzled.
You shake your cane at the kid.
I do.
You're like the old man and Up.
I am. That is me.
I should totally get you the sweatshirt. For anybody that hasn't seen Up, you should see Up. It's amazing. But there right now is a incredible sweatshirt that has balloons and the Up House on it, which I think I might purchase for Mike for his birthday.
I'll wear it on TV.
So are you going to be one of those people that just keep saying they're 29?
No, I'm not going to do that. No, I think once I hit 30 and get past the birthday of 30, I'll be fine with it. It's the build up. The build up's more depressing than the actual, the actual act of 30. It's a steady build, and then it's just like, oh, that was it. All right, back to bed.
You do know that men have more time in this business than women do.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't explain it. Stop looking for answers that aren't there. I don't know the answer to this.
So you
It's
did
just-
the tryout for WWE.
Whoa. Okay. Hello. Back to wrestling. Yeah.
Well, you're not answering my question, so I'm moving on to a new question.
All right.
That's
I
what a
did-
good interviewer does. You did the tryout for WWE. What was that experience like?
Interesting. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time with the trainers because they're all brilliant wrestling minds. It makes me sick to my stomach how smart some of those guys are down there, like Mercury and Regal, and and Billy Gunn, and it's sickening how much wrestling they know, but it's awesome all at the same time. And it was actually really cool because I got to go with Cole. And me and him got to experience it together, so it was a little less intimidating. It was like Thelma and Louise. We got to hold hands. And
Nice.
So it's like, okay, Bill DeMott's going to yell at us. Let's hold hands. It's like when they drove off the cliff. That's kind of what we did. So, but it was cool. And it's a really good experience to weed out who really wants it and who doesn't, because they really do push you to make you think that, like, holy shit, I might die any minute now. But but it's
Any
like,
minute now.
I could die at any second. My heart could explode, but I want to be here and make some money. So keep going, keep going, keep going. But if you're good and you work hard, it really does weed out the guys who suck and don't work hard compared to the guys who are good and do work hard. It's a very good tryout for that. So I can't, I really don't have enough good things to say about it. I had a great time.
You're the one person that I know that came back and is like, I love Bill Dumont.
I did. I like people that have passion for wrestling, and I don't care if that people display their passion in different ways, and if that is by screaming in your face that you can't fucking handle it, then that's the way. If it's laid back like I am, then that's your way. But it's just I love wrestling so much, and to be in an environment with people that love wrestling so much, and to be in an environment where you can potentially make a shit ton of money while loving wrestling so much. It's fun. I can't and yeah.
So do you want to hear my observation? Sorry, go.
I was mentally and emotionally and physically drained and wanted to puke when I got back, and wanted to puke up my own blood and my insides. But it was one of those things where you're like, I am gonna go home, pass out, and sleep for 3 days, but I'm gonna have battle scars to show it. So. Yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I really don't, and it's not me sucking up. I don't have enough good things to say about it because I just love wrestling that much.
Well, it's funny because a lot of rumors that I hear are about how miserable people are down there. I think you are one of the only people that would go and be happy. Be like, oh, that's okay. Yeah, we're doing this. I love wrestling.
You have to just make the most of everything, and it's the same.
You would totally be that person.
It's the same thing in life. You could go to a job. There's people that work 9 to 5, and it's like, why aren't I getting my raise? Why aren't I getting my raise? And it's like, well, first off, have you really done everything you should to get your raise? Or are you just saying that because you've been down there and you think you deserve one? Or you've been with the company for so long. And then maybe your raise is coming, but maybe you don't carry yourself in a certain way. But it's that's life. Happiness and success is 99.9% how we handle happiness. It's how we perceive it, how we perceive life. I think there's far too many people not just in wrestling, but in this world that think there's that one thing that's going to make them happy. If you hear so many times, especially in wrestling, if I just got my push, if I just got this opportunity, if they just called me up to the main roster, I'd be so happy and all my problems would go away. No, you'll just find another problem. No, you'll just you won't be making enough money, or the travel's too tough, or you hate who you travel with, or you hate what they're doing with you on TV now, or you only got a 2-minute match, or you weren't booked on Raw, or you weren't booked on the pay-per-view, you're not going overseas, or there's always that one thing that you're always going to bitch and complain about. And you should always focus on wanting to get better, but there's a fine line between thinking that one in particular thing is going to make you happy and just being fucking happy. It's really all you make of it. There's never ever, if you're one of those people that's always looking and saying, this is the next thing. This is the next thing that's going to make me happy. You're never going to find happiness. It's just not going to happen. And I think that's how I look at wrestling. I went through a time where I was like, I want this, and if I just got this, and if I just got the title, and if this happened, and if these people thought my match was this way, and it just got to the point where it's like, I wrestle for a living. I get to travel for a living. I get to travel with my fiance for a living. My life is awesome, and I'm going to make the most of it, whether I'm the dark match, the first match, or the main event. And that's how I look at wrestling, and that's how I'd be with WWE. Oh shit, you want to sign me? You want to pay me to fucking wrestle all week and then travel to beautiful places? Sure, I think I can take that. I think I can handle it. You want to put me on national TV and be a celebrity? Sure, I'll take that. No problem.
I mean, it's tough. No matter. I mean, making money is great. Working for WWE is great. I've been there. I've been in Ring of Honor, and I've just worked on independent promotions, and I've seen all of those different places, and I know no matter where you are, there is always something you can be upset about. There is always something you can be negative about. But if you choose to be positive, it makes it a lot better.
Right.
But it is tough. No matter where you go, it's always tough. But I do think that for you, going down and being at NXT would actually be a very positive experience for you just because of your type of personality and how much you love this business.
Yeah, wrestling makes me happy. It can make me want to pull my hair out, but it makes me happy. And like I said, it's truly about just making you have to one day just say, I'm either going to be happy with everything I have, or I'm just going to keep bitching and complaining until that special happy fairy comes and makes everything all right. It's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to happen.
I have 37 ways to make life better.
You're going to go through all 37?
Well,
I think we only got like 10 minutes left on this podcast.
No, I'm not done with my interview yet. I have more things to ask, but I do want to go through. Maybe we'll do 5 a week. What do you think?
Okay.
5? Okay, and then you tell me if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
Keep your promises. Pay your debts. Don't mix stripes and plaids. I don't agree with that, by the way.
Fuck that.
Floss and think good things. We'll just end it on that. So there are 5 things to make your life better. I say wear things that make you happy instead of don't mix stripes and plaids. So whatever makes you happy,
stupid.
Wear it. Especially because right now, currently, I'm wearing polka dot pants, a striped shirt, and I have another shirt over top of it that has owls on it. So I mix everything.
I'm naked, so
of course you're naked. All right, so
I have on a plaid socks.
Just plaid socks
And striped hat.
Striped hat and plaid socks. Why do you have to give me that image? I don't see you for like a day.
It's really messing up my mojo here, so it's totally. Actually, I'm naked with plaid socks and striped hat, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. So,
well, that's okay. My suggestion was instead of the stripes and plaid thing, to wear whatever makes you happy.
Every time there's a cool breeze, I feel very happy.
Okay, that's enough of that. All right, so I have another question.
Everything is awesome.
Oh my god!
All right, go. Hit me with it.
Hit
me with it.
I can't. All right.
I'm gonna start doing shots every time I play that song. By play it, I mean I sing it. So I'll be drunk. I'll be drunk very quickly.
Because you would sing all the time.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, all right.
And you're eating food on the podcast. What are you eating?
Nothing. I'm just drinking water. 5 minutes in. Let's go. Everything is awesome.
No!
Everything is cool. All right. Next question. Let's do it.
Next question. Are you nervous about getting married?
No. Again, Christmas morning.
I'm like Tanahashi. Wrestling Tanahashi and marrying me are on the same level right now.
Just about. Give or take. I don't know. You both have really nice hair, so it's difficult to say.
Oh, well, that's okay. I don't mind.
His is a little straighter, though. Yours is very curly. His is very straight, so you guys should have a hair off in New York City.
Good. That's what we'll do. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if literally me and Tanahashi went in and I was like, well, Mike and Tanahashi aren't wrestling. We're just going to have a hair off.
There is no more match.
Could you imagine the craziness on the internet? Could you imagine?
No more match. It's just going to be a hair off.
Yeah. Okay. So
you're
not nervous. Are you excited?
What, about the wedding?
Yes.
Of course I am. I told you, it's like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm excited. I want it to happen.
Why?
I'm not one of those.
You're
I'm not.
You're only
well,
29. Why do you want this?
I was explaining.
Oh, okay, go.
But if you keep cutting me off, maybe I become less and less excited about this wedding. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm only in my 20s and it's only one girl for the rest of my life. One girl is plenty for the rest of my life, okay? And especially this girl.
It's really nice.
I'm a nice guy.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So, you're doing the marriage thing. Do you want kids someday?
Of course, I love kids.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Big family?
Not too big. I don't want to, I don't want to be dragging 17 little shits around.
I was
4, 3. Definitely more than one, though, because having one kid's like, that's just mean.
I think it is mean. I agree with you on this.
It's like, hey, your only friends are going to be your old parents. How do you like that?
Every night, that's what you go home to is.
And if you have more than one kid, they should be very similar in age, because then it's still mean.
Yeah,
It's
my
like,
poor sister is 7 years behind.
It's like, so when one kid's 15, your little brother's going to be 5. Oh, that's cool. We have a lot to talk about now.
Annoy each other all the time too.
Yeah, it's like, me and my older brother are like a year and a half apart. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. We went to high school together. We played sports together. We shared bunk beds. We fought. We both loved Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters. We could talk about chicks. The animal, not girls. We had a thing for ducks.
Oh, good.
Just kidding.
I'm glad that you like ducks.
Yeah.
I'll remember that when I'm out there. We can go feed the ducks.
We could talk about boobies. Look at those boobs. Quick.
And now that's just me telling you to.
Yeah. It's like you have a lookout. It's like you have someone up in the crow's nest. We're both in the crow's nest. Like, look at the boobs, 12 o'clock. Look, boobies. We can nudge while we're sitting at the dinner table, out to eat. Your dad will be talking about lawyer stuff, and I'm like, John, boobies. Next to the garlic bread, boobies. So yeah, that's what I want my kids to be like. Me. Now, if my kids are anything like me, I'll get rid of them.
No, you wouldn't. Okay, so contract's up in December. What do you do next?
I think I'm probably just going to give it all up.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. We'll just leave it on that note then, I guess.
I think I'm going to probably just move to like a Caribbean island. Maybe open up.
This is again coming up. You've said this a couple of times now. Now I'm getting a little frightened.
Maybe open up a surf shop. I just really want to be shirtless and wear jeans and be barefoot. No shoes. And
you think that you're Jimmy Buffett. That is what's happened. I don't
think. I know that I am Jimmy Buffett.
You're like this cross between Jimmy Buffett and Kid Rock with a mix of Johnny Depp or something. You want your own island, and you want to be a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to just be a kid well into your 40s.
Yeah, I want to be like a mix of Jimmy Buffett and Kid Rock. Kid Buffett. Jimmy Rock. Jimmy Rock. Mm-hmm. I'm going to change my name to Jimmy Rock. That'll be my new wrestling gimmick.
Ew, no. You can't be a Rock. You have to pick Kid, because Rock you can't be. So you'll be Jimmy the Kid.
No, that sounds too like gangsta. Give me all your money. It's Jimmy the Kid.
Didn't you tell me at the beginning that you were a gangster?
Yeah, I was a gangsta. I was.
Oh, not a gangster.
No, I was like from Compton. I wasn't like a gangster. I wasn't like, look at my Tommy machine gun with my flat top. I was a gangsta.
Your prohibition?
Ghetto. Yeah, no. Prohibition, no. Smoking fat ones.
No, you don't.
I don't, but that's what I was.
Oh,
in
at the
the day.
beginning.
When I
At the beginning of-
before I dragged myself out of the streets.
Oh, yeah, out of Carver, Massachusetts.
Kava. I was a gangsta.
Well, yeah,
I
okay.
would be so not Jimmy Rock, I'd be Kid Buffett. Okay, so that's my new name, Kid Buffett.
That cannot be a wrestling name. I'm
Kid-
sorry.
Kid
That's
Jimmy?
terrible. I know that they have you like when you get signed by WWE, choose like 20 names or something like
give us
that.
your best names. Well, I have two. Jimmy Rock and Kid Buffett. Choose wisely.
No, I will not allow it. You cannot go down in history as a Kid Buffett. No.
If you
Terrible.
smell what Jimmy the Rock is cooking. My name is Kid Buffett.
No.
Wasted
sorry.
away again in my grave.
It's just terrible. Okay,
Do you know
so
what
I
my
have
theme music? Hold on, I have good theme
Oh
music.
goodness. Okay.
You know what
Yep.
it is?
What?
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Blah, 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 awesome. All right. My throat's getting a little rasp. Can't hit those high
So,
notes
what do
anymore.
you think of Jeff Jarrett's new promotion?
I don't know enough about it to comment on it. I don't think there's a lot out there enough to comment on it. The one thing I can comment on is I hope it's extremely successful just because I want wrestling to be successful and I want all my friends in wrestling to make money. So I hope it is successful. And I hope TNA becomes successful, whatever. I want wrestling to prosper. I hope Ring of Honor profits. I want all of wrestling to profit. I want there to be competition, and I want all my friends to have jobs. So, and it's only good for the fans. So I hope it's successful. I think Jeff Jarrett is an amazing wrestling mind. He was always one of my favorites growing up. Still one of my favorites. I loved watching him and Colt Cabana at the WrestleCon show this year. And I hope I know he's a great businessman. So I think if everything comes out well financially and, they all keep their heads on straight, I think it'll work. I think there are a lot of people that need jobs in wrestling. A lot of talented people in wrestling need jobs right now. So I hope it's successful. And I know Jeff will probably do everything he can to make it successful. I really want it to work.
That's how I always feel about any wrestling company
Right.
is when it comes out. Like, I just want it to be successful. There's no like, oh, I don't want another wrestling company out there. Oh, I don't want. No, I want that because most of my friends are wrestlers. Like, of course I want them to have jobs. I want everybody to be extremely successful in this business. I want even people that, I might not be friends with. I want them to be successful too, because this is a business that has been around for a long time and I want it to continue to thrive. And so, and Jeff and Karen Jarrett were awesome to me. I had never met them before, and everything is awesome when I met them.
Yes, see?
See, I got
Addicting.
it in there. But they were great with me, and they were so sweet, and I just I want them to do very well.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good time for wrestling. I think that now that people are seeing the reality of wrestling a little bit with Total Divas, it makes us more human. It makes us more interesting, I think. I think with Twitter and seeing, watching people's lives of what they're doing on a daily basis. Oh, I just went to the gym, and I worked a show tonight, and look at this gash on my head, and I can't believe so-and-so did this to me, and da, da, da. It's interesting because for so long, wrestlers weren't in that position of, you wouldn't know what goes on in their life unless it was bad stuff. You'd always hear about that. Oh, so-and-so got arrested, or, oh, that's all anybody wanted to report on. But now you get to hear everything, like,
Right.
I started my journey with running, and I have to say every day I have, 30 people or making comments or favoriting my running tweets. And I like to think in my head, like, everybody is kind of with me on this journey. And I feel like that's why wrestling is in such a good place right now, is because of that. Because people can look at us as real human beings with real issues and real things going on. So there's my little comment for the night about that.
I liked it.
Thanks.
I liked it a lot.
So, do you have anything else to say about your match with Tanahashi this weekend, or is that it? Have you covered it all?
All I know is that come Saturday, I'm going to be all over Tanahashi like Beyonce's sister was all over Jay-Z. So bring it, Tanahashi.
What happened there? I only saw it on the screen when I was running, so I
don't know. They got video in the elevator. What's her name? Sanjay Dutt. I don't. What's her name?
No,
something. Solange. Someone tell me how to pronounce it.
Something with an S.
Yeah.
Solange.
Something like that. Sandwich. Solange. Yeah. Will says it's Solange. I don't know how to pronounce that. Will, how do we say that? It looks like salami to me. I don't know how to say it. Our producer's telling me it's Solange, but I don't know how to say it. But yeah, there's video of on the elevator of her going attacking Jay-Z like a fucking spider monkey, and Beyonce just stands back and watches it. And then you know what the bodyguard of Jay-Z does?
What?
This is what a good bodyguard does. What would a good bodyguard do?
Grab her.
Okay, what does a great bodyguard do? He hits the fucking emergency stop button on the elevator so nobody can fucking see what goes down.
Yeah, but the video still got out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, can you imagine what would have happened had the elevator opened and there's fucking Sandwich on Jay-Z just going nuts? That's brilliant. That's genius right there.
It is genius that he did that.
I just want to know what went down.
Oh, it's probably just a family battle. I mean, people are making it out to be this big thing, but I know, like,
someone put up a great thing on Twitter the other day. It was like Jay-Z's net worth $550 million. Why he just stood there. Beyonce's net worth $350 million. Why she just stood there. Sandwich's net worth $5 million. Why she went all spider monkey. I thought that was...
but still, $5 million is a lot better than most people.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not as good as Jay-Z though. What did he say? Maybe he called her Sandwich or Salami? I better watch what I'm saying. She'll come on the podcast and rip my eyeballs out.
I don't know. I know that my brother still to this day pokes and pulls my hair and
yeah, but
annoys.
That was no family fucking let's joke around.
But maybe it started as that. Maybe he was like, "Oh, you're looking like you got a couple extra pounds or something," just trying to joke around. And she was like, "What'd you say?" And then just crazy.
She was
and they were all trash. Did you see their eyeballs?
They were at the Met Gala.
Yeah, they were. The awesome Met Gala
maybe
that I want to go to.
Maybe they were just on something.
That's my life dream that's a silly life dream, but I don't care.
I feel like it was like a Jay-Z, like, hey, Sandwich, I'm cutting you off from the fortune. And she was like, bitch, no, you're not. Here comes spider monkey mode.
I don't feel like he was cutting her off or anything. I feel like they were just being goofballs.
You do not. That's not goofball. That's like you just hit on my man, and I'm going to kill you. You know,
was Jay-Z hitting on her man? Is that what was happening?
I don't know what it was.
Newsflash: Jay-Z is gay.
If he was, good for him. You know, but I don't think that would make Sandwich go crazy like that.
I would not say good for him. He should have figured that out before he married Beyonce.
Maybe she knows. Maybe she's just in it for his fortune.
All right. Well,
maybe they just, it's like they're the most powerful couple in music. Like, I'm gay. Maybe Beyonce is a lesbian, and she's like, let's do this, and we'll make more money. And then we'll have our things on the side.
Possibly. All right.
Yeah, I'm probably way off. But
I honestly believe it was probably like, sandwich, why are you drinking so much? Stop drinking so much. And she's like, stop calling me sandwich.
yeah, she was like, Hove, please.
I honestly think like it was probably something so silly. And she didn't even beat on him that bad.
That's what she said.
It wasn't like,
All I know is that is my mindset going into this match with Tanahashi.
is you're going to slap him.
I'm gonna go all fucking sandwich on him. Sandwich Knowles. Yep.
All right. So is any of this Tanahashi should be wrestling someone else, Tanahashi, blah, blah, blah. Has any of that gotten to you?
No, not really. It like I said, I know where I'm at in wrestling. I know that certain people had to approve of this match, and like I've always said, respect from my peers and people who have paved the way for me and people who I admire. Their respect has always meant more to me than anything else in wrestling, more than the fans, more than anything else. So knowing that certain things had to get past for this match to go through, it's enough for me.
It's enough for you.
It's enough for me. But in all seriousness, it's probably one of the matches in my entire career that I'm looking forward to the most.
Wow, look at you.
So,
And I get to be there.
I'm very excited, and I couldn't ask for a better partner in crime to do it with, and the Hammerstein I love. So it'll be a good birthday weekend.
An excellent birthday weekend. Anything special that you're doing for your birthday?
No, I'm picking you up at the airport, sweetie.
Well, I do know that.
Coming into Boston.
I am for a whole month.
I'll be waiting for you at the terminal, waiting for my presents. My presents, I said.
I got a few presents for you.
Ew. Yeah?
All right, so folks, if you want to
Like boobies?
look at those boobs.
Just wrap your boobies up.
No, I'm just gonna put a bow on each titty, and then that's it. That's all you get.
Perfect. Maybe can they be like tied? I feel like the sticky ones would hurt your nipples.
Well, people wear tassels. Well, how am I going to tie it on there?
I don't know.
On the tip, just little.
Flick your nipple before you get off the plane. So
But
it's
that wouldn't hurt more than sticky.
sticky titties. Okay, go ahead. What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Happy
now.
birthday to me.
Here's
sticky
my titty.
boobies. All right.
For free.
Delicious.
So, is this one on pay-per-view or no?
Yeah, it's on Ustream.
Okay, so
Go to rohwrestling.com and you can order it. Actually, you can already order your code for it. So go order it now.
Go order it now because now we've figured out the pay-per-view and it works.
We did. So
we figured it out. So now you can come and know that you will get everything you ever wanted in wrestling.
Oh.
Really?
Did you hear that?
It was only into the microphone. I feel like it was inside my brain. You burped inside my brain.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to.
I thought it was going to be a hiccup, and it came out way more than that.
What? You just burped in my ear.
I burped in a lot of people's ears.
I'm sorry, everyone, that my co-host is a pig. Oink, oink. All right, so you can see it on Ustream. You can also follow Michael Bennett on Twitter, and that's at...
It's at Twitter.
No.
Oh, at Real Mike Bennett.
At Twitter.
It's at Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, too, and watch me put up nudie pictures of myself.
I need to follow this.
At the Real Mike Bennett on Instagram, and come see pictures of me naked.
And And if you want to see me naked, look at my Playboy.
That's at Playboy.
At Playboy.
Or just Google. Just Google
And
Maria
please
Kanellis naked.
you-
You get it free.
Hey, that's true. You can.
You'll get to see my birthday present this week. I snorted.
You totally did.
All right, I gotta get going. I'm gonna pee my pants.
No peeing your pants. Okay, so please like our Facebook page, and that's Mike and Maria Podcast on Facebook. So like our Facebook page, give us comments on mikeandmariapodcast.com.
Yeah.
Please, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Maria L. Kanellis or on Facebook, and that's official Maria Kanellis, or go to my website, which is mariakanellis.com. I also have t-shirts available on prowrestlingtees.com.
Sweet.
So you can get my t-shirts there. Because Ring of Honor doesn't have any of my t-shirts, so Pro Wrestling Tees does. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
And next week,
Do it.
we will have a guest.
Yeah.
And I believe she will be female, so.
Ooh.
Yay, us. Boobies!
More boobies to talk about.
This is true.
Before boobs.
You have boobs too, you know.
Oh, 6 boobs.
Thanks, guys, for joining us, and have a good night.
Peace.
Off with my head, I fell in love again. Off with my head, fell in love again. You lose your head, you lose your heart. Off with my head, I fell in love again. Off with my head, I fell in love again. You lose your head, you lose your heart. Fall apart.
This has been a production of fanoff.com.
And that's perfect.
Perfect.